Here I am this morning, back again with a new video. This one I thought was just adorable. I had to buy it when I saw someone, I think my upline, I saw her do these cute little images. And they're in the holiday catalog on page 38 right here. There's the stamp set. Just too cute for words. It's rubber. Anyway, I used this little couple. This says Love Never Melts, and I put that here. And then on the inside, I used Timeless Tidings, which is also in the holiday catalog. And I used this sentiment there. And then I use this little image right here. Anyway, let's get started and see what we can do in making this card. I've got everything cut out, and I've got some hints and tips for you today. And then at the end of the video, I'll display my list of supplies that I used. I stamped the envelope. I try to always do that, and I stamped it with the little snowflakes image that's in the set. So here's our pieces. I've stamped everything. I'm going to show you what I did. That's our sentiment. Stamped our snow people, and we'll color it. And there's the inside. What I did was, this is Sahara Sand, and it's an 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. And I have a piece of, this designer series paper is so beautiful. This is in the holiday catalog, and it's the Joyous Noel. I'll show you a picture of that. It's on page 29. It's this paper right here, and I used this. And this is what's on the back side of it. I'll show you. Anyway, the back of it is little deer stars. What I did was, I'm very conservative on cardstock and paper, get the most out of it. So this is what I did. You can see right here, I've cut centers, I've cut my squares, or my rectangles, and I've got all the dimensions. And Stampin' Up! Does not have a rectangle die. So I found these on the Stamps of Life with Stephanie Bernard. And I love them. They're perfect for, they're perfectly nesting. But these are the dies that I used right here. I would highly recommend investing in that for cutting out the centers of your card stock so that you can get the most out of it. So what I did was, if you look at my sample, let's get this stuff out of the way. I'll put it right there. This piece goes here on the outside, and you can see it here, and I just glued it on. So we'll do that. And it's very simple, just a bead of liquid glue, or you can use snail. I have a hard time using snail and getting it within the, and this way I can have some wiggle room to move it around if I don't get it right where I want it. So I'm going to glue that down first. Very simple. Let's push it up a little bit. Okay. And then I took my designer series paper and cut the center out of that too. And I'll use this piece for another project. And then I glued this down. Seems like the older I get, the less grip I have on things. I was using some of the shimmer paint, and when I was done with it, I picked the bottle up and was going to put the lid back on it, and of course I promptly dropped it on my desk all over my project. I had to redo what I was working on, clean it up. It was annoying, but anyway, it is what it is. Then you can, this piece was from the center of this green piece, or this is Tranquil Tide, and so I just glued it down on here. Like I said, those rectangle dies are perfect for this, cutting out the centers, because nobody's going to see that anyway, and it makes the card weigh less. You get more out of your paper. So then I went ahead and I'm going to glue these together. Like I said, all the dimensions I'll put at the end of the video. And as soon as I figure out, and I'm still trying to figure out how to get stuff on my blog. If anybody has any ideas or comments on how do I do that, I was trying to download some pictures from my phone, and that wasn't working. It's just become, I don't know what. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put this piece on the inside, and I didn't use the center of this. I'll use that on another project. But I just used Tranquil Tide, Whisper White, and Sahara Sand for this card. Get this centered in there. Okay, now I'll use this on another project. Now we're going to do our coloring. And I have these already stamped. And I have a list of the Stampin' blends that I used. There's actually quite a few. So, I actually colored his hat using the black, and then I used my color lifter to lift up some of the color, but I decided to try using the smoky slate, the light and dark, and see how that turns out on his hat. So we'll color his whole hat with the light smoky slate. And then we'll take the dark smoky slate and just go around the edges like this. So it looks like his hat is sort of old and lost some of its darkness. And then I go back over it and blend. Might not be as dark as this one, but make it look alright. So we'll see how that looks. So that's all the smoky slate we used. And then I used the dark shaded spruce, and that's in the holiday catalog, and colored his hat band with the dark. And then I colored the center stripe of his scarf with the dark shaded spruce. And then I took the green, the light shaded spruce, and colored the other stripes. Kind of hard for me to tell which was a stripe and which was him. Well, anyway, doesn't really matter. And then I took this color and colored in these leaves on her, the holly leaves, on her hat. And then I took the dark and then just kind of went down the center of the leaves, just on the line that's already there. And then I blended it with the light. And then that's all the green on the Snowpeople. And then I took my pumpkin pie, dark pumpkin pie, and colored his carrot nose with that. And then I took the dark, this is cherry cobbler, colored in the berries and her bow on her, around her tummy. Just trying to give it the color. And then the little fringe right here. And then the rim around her hat. Like so. And then I took the light. And colored the heart. Light cherry cobbler. Okay. And then I really wanted to use these. I don't know if I used, yeah, I think I used the light lovely lipstick. Yeah, to color her hat. I didn't want it to be too dark. Like so. I might have used the dark lovely lipstick on her hat and the fringe, but cherry cobbler blended well with this. So, you know, you can use whatever colors you want. These are just ideas for you. Okay, then I took my light soft suede and colored their little stick arms. So I want them to look like little branches. Like so. And then I took the light smoky slate and I wanted to give a little bit of shadow around. I'll use the other end. Around the bottom of these guys, like so. Just to give it some, little bit of dimension where I thought shadow might be. So, and then I took the color lifter, I guess I did use this, and just kind of blended it in. So it wouldn't look like, oh, that's really kind of gray. And that kind of just blended the colors so that they weren't so stark. Well, that's what my intention was. It looks kind of funny, but it lifts some of that color, but yet leaves some behind. So anyway, that's what I did for the snowman. Okay, now they're done. So then I glued that to the front of the card. In the center of this panel. And I took Stampin' Dimensionals and put on the back of my sentiment. I used 3 because it's kind of long. Oh, it's been a while since I've been in here. I drove to Colorado to see my granddaughter, and that's a long trip from here. It took, we didn't want to do it all in one day, so we spent 3 days driving. And I took the red sparkles, and I just put them here on this part right here. I thought it just kind of dressed up the card, looked pretty. This additional color. Okay, that's the front of the card, and then for the inside was really simple. I just took the cherry cobbler, the dark, colored the berries, and then I took the light shaded spruce, colored the leaves like I did on Snow Lady's hat. I would have done this on the envelope, but when you use Stampin' blends, they bleed through the back, and they would have bled through the envelope, and I didn't want that to happen. So I just used the dark shaded spruce on the lines and just blended it. And that one's done, and I already had the sentiment stamped. I used Tranquil Tide for the sentiment, and I used Tranquil Tide on that. Oops, I think I better glue it onto this card. That one's already got one. So we just use the liquid glue, and you can use fast fuse because you can buy the refills right now, so those are available until they sell out. I bought a bunch of that. And that's your card. I thought it was just adorable. And then your envelope with the little snowflakes on there. And I did that in Sahara Sand. So that's our card for today. Quick, simple, pretty easy. Of course, I had everything all cut out. And then I have, here's all my information for ordering if you're interested in ordering. Here's all the supplies. I will zoom in on that so you can see it better. There. So I just called these a Snowpeople Love Never Melts card. And these were all the items I used. I did Wink of Stella on this one. I think you can see that. I'll probably do it off camera. I just put it on the Snowpeople and then a little bit down on the bottom to make the snow sparkly also. So anyway, that's my card for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, there's my information if you're interested in ordering. If anybody has any helpful hints on how to get stuff on my blog, I can't seem to get pictures to download to my computer from my phone, so I'm going to try to take pictures with the camera and download them that way. Maybe I can get them on the blog and get all these instructions there because I have them saved on my computer. Anyway, I hope you have a blessed day and enjoy what's left of it, all the nice sun that we're having here.